Well, hello there. Long time no hear, see, do. Uh, I'm so sorry, y'all. The winter is not good for me. I have just stayed sick. Not corona, but bronchitis and everything else you can think of. So I wanted to record a couple videos while I had a day off as well, because I'm still working, even with being sick. So it's been a rough couple weeks. And my mom had emergency surgery, so I had to be with her. Like, I just, sorry about the absence, is the point. So, my name is Melissa. I create here at Lucy Nell Soaps, and I curse, whatever you want to call it. If you don't like that, you can turn me down or click off, either way. So, anyway, let's get started. I'm super fat in here. Well, not all the way. I just like to put something in there after I saponify, or after I stir my batter. But that's apricot kernel oil, and this is going to be scented with Fresh Outdoors from Flaming Candle, and this is going to be a popular scent, and because it's so soapy, clean, fresh. I'm not loving it, but that's okay. I don't have to love every single scent that I soap with. And I did this soap mainly, A, to do a springy soap, but B, I needed soap dough, especially the green right there, which is Let Us Entertain You by Mad Micah's, which a friend of mine that soaps recommended that color, and I have loved it ever since. If you want to go check her out, she's Sweet Home Soaps on Instagram. Wonderful soaper. But anyway, so I wanted some green soap dough for future spring and summer soaps. And I also needed maybe like a pink and maybe a little bit of a purple. So I thought, well, let's just make a whole soap and just use the soap dough that's extra. So this soap is mainly just to play around. Of course, I'll still sell it. But that's pretty much what I made this soap for, is get a little soap dough and to have fun. So the rest of the colors are Ballet Slippers from Mad Micah's, Lemon Drop, I think it's what it's called, by Mad Micah's, which turns an awful orange before it turns back to yellow. I Dream in Purple, or something like that, and Tangerine Dream. So those are the colors, and then I'm going to use TD, of course, for the white. But I wanted to do like a really, not quite pastel, but almost 70s style, like floral soap. So I just did everything all at once with the soap dough and the, making the fun soap. And I just wanted to play around and pour and swipe and do whatever. So that's why we've got the bigger kind of mold to the left. But, and then here's the scent. And so the Fresh Outdoors, it behaved pretty well. Does it accelerate a little bit? Yes. I mean, it's a floral, but not as much as you would think. So you have time, and as long as you soap at a decent temperature as well. But it did discolor the white just a little bit. Not much. Excuse me, goodness, I keep burping. But it did discolor it a tad, which actually just worked out for the 70s type feel that I wanted the soap to be anyway. But that is something to let you guys know if you've never soaped with that scent from Flaming Candle and you end up getting Fresh Outdoors. It may be cream, if you don't put enough TD in there. It may discolor a tad. So anyway, just, FYI. Here I'm going to just start playing. I literally am just going to pour in random places and take a stick and a spatula and a spoon and just drag. I literally just kind of wanted something fun on the inside and something crazy on the top. And again, you'll see me, I will not end up using all my soap because I want a little bit of soap dough for future soaps. That's a good tip too if you do soap, or if you want to start doing soap dough. Plan you a soap. Get your colors. Make maybe 10 ounces extra if you don't need a bunch, and then just use, use that batter that you did not pour and wrap it up. There's you some soap dough for next time. It's, not a hard thing to do. That's pretty much what soap dough is. It's just soap that's wrapped up before it can, harden all the way. So anyway, I'm just going to let y'all watch for a second. See, it's literally just playing. I'm again thinking about putting music in the background. Maybe some. I don't know, y'all. I cannot decide. I mean, I'm going to talk throughout my videos. I'm just going to do it. But maybe, a little bit of music in the background for when it's not necessary to, I don't know, explain everything. But again, I will say I'm not in love with this fragrance. It is very fresh. It's very sharp. It is not a sweet floral. It is like a fresh ozone floral. But again, I can see how it would be popular in soap. It's a great soap scent. And this is another thing about, listen, I love the lemon yellow from Mad Micah's, but it is so hard sometimes to work with because you can't get the full, like, look at this. And then I'm trying to work with orange and yellow. Well, they're both orange now. So it's gonna be strange for me to try to keep up with like, let's say I did have a pattern. I don't, obviously. But let's say I did have a pattern, and even though I'd know, like, okay, my orange is in the pointy bucket or whatever, and my yellow is in the normal container, still, it's strange, and you can't see your end result. You know what I mean? Like, it could end up fucking you up, so I don't know. I mean, I love the color. It turns out really pretty, but it is hard to work with if you're doing some kind of pattern or technique that you're going to need to see colors and just something I've noticed. But anyway, yeah, so I know it looks like a huge mess, which it is. It's playing in soap. I mean, I had no pattern in mind. I had no, not really anything in mind. I just kind of wanted to do like 70s type decorations inside the soap, which you'll see when I cut it. But I really just had nothing planned but to play and get my soap dough, and I just did not need 2 pounds of soap dough, and I wasn't about to do a recipe for 10 ounces of soap dough and try to color it all those colors. I just figured this was kind of the best way to go about it. And, get what I needed, make a soap, have fun, yada, yada. And you've noticed I haven't even used the green. I waited till the last minute to use the green because that's really the soap dough color that I wanted the most. I do have mint julep from Mad Micah's, which I'll be using soon. And I think I need to make some soap dough out of that as well, because it's going to be kind of more of a toned down pastel green. So I can use that as well for, leaves and things. But this Let Us Entertain You green that Mandy suggested, Sweet Home Soaps, it's just so pretty and bright and vibrant. Like, I cannot wait to do some pretty vines and leaves with that. Like, isn't that so pretty? It's such a great green, and it doesn't really morph if you measure enough of it. Like Snake Island, I think is what that'll kind of morph a little bit, but it is a dark foresty green. But Let Us Entertain You won't really morph. I mean, it's just so pretty. And here I just kind of start spreading things around and playing. And I have, I think it's King Tut. A gold on top. God, is that what it is? No, Goldfinger. Sorry. I do have Goldfinger on top too here in a minute. But, and you can tell once the soap's cut too. See, right now, the soap looks crazy. It's a mess. And I thought, oh my Lord. But I ended up really liking it. See, this is what I'll do sometimes is there's another tip for you. I'll just mix up some shimmery mica and get a bamboo stick. Sometimes I'll do a bigger one, but this time I just kind of wanted little swirls of gold in there. And it really, it helps accent it, especially if it's not as colorful of a top like this right now. But you'll still be able to see the gold accent in there when I cut it on top. It's really pretty, but that's something else you can do is like mix you a shimmery gold or silver or shimmery any mica and take some kind of stick or object or something, dip it in there, swirl, dip it back, swirl, dip it back, swirl. And so you'll end up with the swirl infused with your like shimmery mica color. It ends up being really pretty. All right, so here we are. We're just going to swirl the top. And I think I spray it with alcohol after and then I did end up adding Sparkle Plenty on top. I just didn't do it on camera because I couldn't find it. And so when I found it, I'm like, oh, let me get this sparkle on here. But it really ended up being so pretty and reflective. And so here we go. Of course, I can't cut this with the soap cutter. And there we go. You can see a little bit of it. I will give you a closer up shot, but yeah, see, it ended up being kind of really neat looking and just like a 70s looking soap. Like the colors just totally remind me of, there we go. See, it ended up being okay. Just, you never know what you're going to get. You can just play in some soap and there you go. And this recipe, is this one? Yeah. So I've started using almond milk in all of my recipes for like the lye solution. This one, I did not do that. I ended up just not, worrying about it. There we go. But it ended up staying soft for longer than normal. And I don't think it has anything to do with the milk. Who knows? It's just something I noticed. Like everything was exactly the same except for no almond milk in this. And it just kind of ended up being pretty soft. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. There is a shot of that 70s soap. And sorry about being gone so long. And I do have another video after this. So I hope y'all enjoy. Thank you.